Hello everyone, I'm Teacher Lisa, your ESL video instructor. Today we are going to start our series based on this PDF. It is available for free in my Gumroad store so you can follow along. So it's called Intermediate Socializing Skills, and it focuses on helping you improve your oral or speaking skills. So let's get right into it. We're going to start with Chapter 1, and I have my computer here. Once you download it, you can follow along. So again, it focuses on conversational English for ESL learners and at an intermediate level. So if we look at Chapter 1, it's called Introduction to Socializing Skills, and this is on page 2 of the PDF. So the first subheading is Importance of Socializing in English. Well, what do we mean by socializing and why is it so important? So just look at the second paragraph. You can follow along as I read. And this really gives us the main point. It says, socializing in English allows individuals to build meaningful relationships, both personally and professionally. By engaging in conversations with native speakers, learners can develop a deeper understanding of the culture, traditions, and values associated with the English language. The cultural exchange not only broadens their horizons, but also fosters empathy and tolerance towards different perspectives. So isn't that interesting? It makes this very important point that when you are learning English or just trying to improve your English or to get to that next level, so from intermediate to advanced, what's necessary? It's not just the language itself, but what's noted here in the paragraph. Culture, traditions, and values that is associated with the language. So I'll just give you a case in point. I had a student, he's in IT, it's a student from the past, and he got a job at a company where he had to talk with coworkers who were international, so from different countries, and he had to speak English. And he had different team members. He was in charge of a team. And what he noticed, even though his international coworkers from different countries all spoke English, they had different values. They had different approaches to work. And so he had to tell one particular team member from another country, different from him, to express his ideas, to express his feelings, that he wanted to hear his suggestions. He wanted to hear from him because he noticed his team member was holding back and was quite sensitive. And so that's what we mean. Even though you speak English, you're from different cultures and you have different values and different ways of approaching things. So learning how to socialize within the language and even within the culture. So just giving the same example with work, in America, you are expected to speak up. Give your ideas. You can even question your boss. Hey, is this the right thing to do? I think there might be a better procedure. Could we look into this? This doesn't seem right. That's allowable. But in other cultures, perhaps the Asian culture, you are more accepting of what your boss says. And so there's differences within values and approach to work in different countries. So I thought that was a nice paragraph. We're going to move forward. We're going to go to page 3 and look at the benefits of improving socializing skills. So there's a few benefits. We won't take the time to go through all of them. So if you have a copy of the PDF, you can take your time and read through the valuable advice here. But I liked number 2, increase confidence. On page 3, developing strong socializing skills can significantly boost your self-confidence. When you feel comfortable engaging in conversations, expressing your thoughts, and actively listening to others, you become more assertive and self-assured. This newfound confidence can positively impact various aspects of your life, from job interviews to social gatherings. So we're not only looking to build confidence in a professional setting like job interviews, but also in these personal settings like social gatherings, or when you meet someone informally. So we are going to go through some techniques and phrases that will really help you to build confidence and improve your spoken English as we go through this worksheet. So let's go to the last paragraph here I thought was interesting of chapter 1, and we're on page 5, and I'm going to read that last paragraph and then we'll talk about it. Overcoming language barriers in social settings requires dedication, practice, and a positive mindset. By expanding your vocabulary, actively listening, asking for clarification, embracing mistakes, and immersing yourself in English-speaking environments, you will be well on your way to mastering intermediate socializing conversational phrases and enjoying meaningful interactions with people from diverse backgrounds. Isn't that what we want? We really want you to enjoy meaningful interactions. We don't want you to feel afraid to start a conversation in English. We really don't want you to feel, I hope they don't ask me anything that I'm not used to talking about. We want to alleviate that fear. We want to build confidence, and we're going to talk about some specific ways on how to do that. Please note here, it says here, you have to practice active listening. You're doing that now if you're listening to me. So certainly podcasts, TVs, movies, listen as much as you can. If you think natives speak too fast, that means you need to listen more to get the brain to recognize the word faster. Also, embracing mistakes. I think one of the worst kinds of students, and I say this affectionately, one of the worst kind of students is those that think they need to be corrected on every single mistake, and that's just not reasonable, because you're going to make mistakes. It's part of learning a language. Natives make mistakes all the time. If you've been to some of my classes, I tell you that native speakers we're very loose with our grammar when we speak. So I don't want you to feel I'm not going to speak or pass on an opportunity because I'm afraid to make mistakes. So you really need to embrace mistakes. And if you make a mistake, so what? You're learning. Make a mistake, move on, learn from it. The other point here, it says immerse yourself in English-speaking environments. And I know that's not possible for everyone to immerse yourself, which means really to be surrounded by the language. It's not possible for many. But what can you do to help get more practice? Of course, you can join a group class. You can get a private teacher. You can just practice conversation, with your teacher and say, this is all I want to practice. If you have a friend or relative that speaks English and they have a higher level than you, can you call them more frequently? Using technology helps you connect with people. There's different resources that I'll put in the link. LINGODA is a good company. If you're looking for group or private lessons, Cambly. I currently do some teaching on Cambly. I'll link that. You can connect with me there if I have openings in my schedule, so you can check there. And there's also a company called GYMGLISH, which it is not for your speaking, but it's for daily language use, getting English, doing something in English each day because it emails you the lessons. So it's listening, reading, those kinds of things. Maybe you can check it out. There's a free trial. It doesn't replace speaking. You can never replace speaking, but it can help you create this English language environment where you're just at least hearing English or working with words or reading or doing something each day. So GYMGLISH is very flexible. I've had students signed up and they said that they liked it. I've gone through some of the lessons and it is very nice, so you can check that out. Any kind of resources, it's up to you to take a look. If there's a free trial, see if it fits your budget. There are many free tools also. So any resources that I think you might like, I'll always try to put them in the description. Some of them are affiliate links, many of them are not. So it's just what I think might benefit you. You can go ahead and check out the description. Okay, so next time we're going to do chapter 2. I'm trying not to make these videos too long, but chapter 2 is building rapport. So we'll talk about what rapport is and why it's important. And chapter 2 really starts to get us into some of these phrases and these effective ways to really build relationships and get more comfortable when you speak English. So we're going to talk about active listening techniques, nonverbal communication next time, in Chapter 2, which is entitled, and also establishing a connection with others. And Chapter 2 is entitled Building Rapport, and that's on page 6. And I hope to see you next time. Please remember to give me a thumbs up, put a comment in. Always love to know where you're calling from, and we're doing our new series, virtual postcard. We did the United States recently, so we're going to add more countries and send virtual postcards out. Take care, everybody. Have a good day.